The chair I'm sitting on at the moment is going to be my recommended chair for the high end in terms of gaming-oriented chairs with a pretty aggressive look. Now, it's from Cougar, a PC hardware maker which has been focusing on cases, power supplies, and AIO's water cooler for a while. And they have actually been making gaming chairs for a while, but they have been focusing on the entry-level to mid-range market. But this, the Cougar Defensor, which I'm sitting on, which just came out and actually at the moment is not quite out yet in Europe, is their top-of-the-line model. Now, what they have here today is the fabric model. They also make it in leather, and you can pick among quite a few options in terms of color and material. This goes in direct competition with Secret Lab, Diablo chairs, Maxinomic, and all those makers which make high-end gaming chairs. And let me tell you right off the get-go, I would much rather take this over a Secret Lab, which I think is overpriced. I bought one for my personal setup not too long ago, and it was just the worst experience I've had on a gaming chair in my life. And I've tried like 20 gaming chairs. Now let's go over the unboxing procedure and how difficult it is to get built, because as usual, you get the chair not mounted. Of course, if you want to go buy it in a local shop, you can get it pre-built. But usually if you order it online, you're going to have to build it yourself, which I kind of enjoy, but it's not for everybody. Now, this is one of the easiest high-end gaming chairs to build. It took me really, literally 20 minutes to get it done. Now, of course, I built quite a few chairs, so I have an advantage, but the instructions are pretty easy, and there are only basically 4 pieces you have to put together. So you basically install the armrests, you create the base, put the wheels on, which, by the way, the wheels look a lot like a car's wheels, but we will talk about it later when we go over the design of the chair itself. You just slot the piston in, and literally, for the whole chair, you have just 16 screws to put in with the included screwdriver. And after it's done, you cannot see any of them because they have plastic protections to cover up all the mechanism and all the functions, which this chair has a lot. Now, if you see on the bottom, it has a cable, which is pretty odd for a gaming chair. But there's a reason for that, and it's because this chair has lumbar adjustment made very, very well. What that is basically this whole piece right behind me, as you'll be able to see in the footage, can go forward or backwards to follow your natural position of the spine. So it will be customized for you. And now I am 180 centimeters and it works for me. And I also had a very small person try it and it worked for them too. Now, how do you adjust that? Well, there is a simple lever right on your left. You just push it. You can go forward and backwards and it's gonna come with you. Also, the whole thing is in memory foam. So it's going to be a lot better after you try it for a week than day one, which is why I have delayed this review, because I've daily driven this thing for a week. And I can now say confidently that yes, it has adjusted to my personal back and it's now better than when I bought it. You can, of course, adjust the chair in height, going up and down, and also you can adjust the angle of the seat, going back and forward, depending on how you want. Now, where we find something new, which I actually wasn't expecting, but I'm liking quite a bit so far, is in the armrests, okay? So they are the usual 4D foldable armrests. So you can do this, you can go up and down, sure. But here's the thing. If you hold the button to move it forward and backwards, and while you do it, you just press it down, well, you can then tilt it back and forward, meaning you can now easily slide under desks, or if you're placing the chair in a lay down position, maybe to watch a film, you don't have anything on your side, you can be more comfortable. That, at first, I thought, okay, cool, but useless. But then after using it for a while, I find myself using it. Just tucking it down if I'm playing competitively. So I can have my hands like this with the joystick. It's very useful. Not bad at all, Cougar. Now, the headrest is magnetic, which I like a lot more than straps, because I find straps over time, they get damaged. This is a very strong magnet. You can literally throw it on the chair and it's gonna just stay in place, and it's a very comfy cushion, very well made. The whole chair has insanely good fabric. I picked the fabric version because I think leather, even though it looks a bit cooler, tends to degrade quicker over time. And now I'm going to show you guys a little thing which may seem useless at first, but goes to show the real quality of the chair. Now, on the back of the chair, you have a pocket. The inside of the pocket feels like Alcantara, even though it's not. So they went with the attention to details. Even there, you can put like an iPad, headphones, whatever you want in it. It's a pretty big pouch. And it can be useful if you have a modern desk, which doesn't have a lot of drawers. Now, design-wise, it is very aggressive. So this is not a subtle chair, which you can put in an office environment. So that's going to be the main issue I have with it. So it is just a gaming-oriented one. Now, they do have, for example, the gray color. You still have the orange Cougar details, but it's gray, so it's a bit more subtle. A chair like this, I just see it in a gaming setup, honestly. I don't see it in an office or something like that. And it's also not going to fit well with any gaming setup. You need to have a certain looking gaming setup, I think. It's very racing oriented. The back looks like a racing F1 seat. Of course, you have the seat belt holes over here, which is where in a real car the seat belt would go. And also the way the lumbar supports adjust is the same as in a high-end car. And it's also why the wheels look the way they do, like car wheel. For me, it's amazing. May not be the best for you, of course, but again, between all different designs, I think you can find one which is going to fit in your setup as well. And we can now move forward to the conclusions. So overall, I definitely recommend the chair, especially because Secret Lab nowadays are pretty expensive. We're talking $600 for a chair which I don't really like. This is cheaper and better. It has good competitions from other good brands like Maxnomic, of course. But if you're looking for an all fabric or all leather product, which is brand new, which not many people have, and it's gonna serve you well, I think this is gonna be a great pick. But as usual, I want to hear what you guys think down below in the comments, so let me know. And especially if you have one, let me know how your experience with it has been so far. And I will see you guys again in another video. Bye bye.